Hello, Pamela Spence, medical herbalist here. These are my clinic notes for the week. I'm really following on much from last week. This week has been a time where patients have expressed some real challenges to their mental health, as well as the physical things going on around this time. So lots of low mood, lots of people feeling they don't have the resilience. Lots of people wondering when on earth we're ever going to get back to any sense of normal. And I feel like that has been the thread that's been underlying everything, really, that I've done this week when I've been working with people. But also to say that it really does layer a particular emotional intensity across anything else we might be feeling at this time of year. And in the UK, where I am, February, we usually look at it as the hardest month to get through. And so things are not easy. Other things I've been talking about this week have been if you have hay fever, if you get hay fever, getting on top of your allergic symptoms now, driving them down as much as possible, healing that overreaction your immune system is having, that irritation that's going on, those high histamine levels in preparation for the first lots of pollen coming. Now, I know it might seem far away, but tree pollen season is really just around the corner. And if you're managing to get out and about, as we talked about last week, and seeing nature and how busy nature is and how ready the plants are to burst forth and how they already are in some areas, despite the snow and the ice, that really pollen's not so far away, and tree pollen is the season that comes first. So if you've never done it before, it might be a good idea to map through the spring and the summer this year when your hay fever symptoms are worse. So tree pollen comes first, grass pollen second, and then weed pollen, as we call it, third. So trying to figure out which one of those you are, whether it's more than one, maybe it's just one. If you just get it early in the season and then it clears up, it's probably just a tree pollen thing. But it won't be long in coming. With it are good things, like brighter days and more warmth, hopefully some more sun. But the negatives, if you have hay fever, are then dealing with the hay fever classics of, sneezing, runny nose, itchy eyes, and the rest. So getting on top of those things right now, one of the things you could do is just start to incorporate chamomile and nettle into your regime daily, and you can drink them as teas. Both are antihistamines. Both of them feature largely in my prescriptions for patients who have hay fever. And figuring out things that your body doesn't like all that much, things it doesn't tolerate very much. Could be dietary, so you might be talking about gluten or dairy. They're usually the two key ones. Or it could be in terms of your cleaning products you use in your house, or your washing, your laundry liquid, things like that. So trying to cut out things that are raising the histamine response in your body and getting that down as low as possible, while taking things like chamomile and nettle that might just help to reset that overactive and not very helpful immune response, while obviously keeping your immune system as healthy as possible to concentrate on things it does need to react against. So those are my thoughts at the moment. If you are feeling low, if your mental health is a problem, I'd urge you to get yourself some help for it and seek a support network, but also look at last week's clinic notes where I was talking about that quite a bit. And I wish I had a magic wand to solve this situation that we're all in, but I don't. We're just going to have to sit tight in it. And so to an extent, the stressors of lockdown or uncertainty of our future will continue. And as always, the only thing that we can change is our resilience. So if you want some tips on that, look at last week's. But otherwise, looking towards the spring season, but also getting ready for the challenge that that season might bring. I hope you're well wherever you are this week. Take care.